Good day, everyone. In this presentation, we will explore genetically modified organisms, also known as GMO. We will discuss what they are, how they are made, some of its examples, and the advantages and disadvantages of GMO. So, first, what are GMOs? Genetically modified organisms or GMOs are living things like plants, animals, or even microbes that have had their genetic makeup altered in a lab. GMOs are created using genetic engineering techniques. These techniques allow scientists to make precise changes to an organism's DNA. This can be done for a variety of reasons, such as to improve the organism's nutritional value, resistant to pests or diseases, or tolerance to herbicides. How are GMOs made? The process of creating a GMO is complex and involves several steps. First, scientists must identify the desired trait. For example, they might want to create a crop that is resistant to a particular disease. Once they have identified the trait, they need to find the gene that controls the trait. This can be done by studying the organism's genome. Once the gene has been isolated, it is inserted into the DNA of the recipient organism. This can be done using a variety of techniques such as gene gun bombardment or agrobacterium. The modified organism is then grown and tested to ensure that the desired trait has been successfully introduced. So, here are some of the GMO products. The first example is yung golden rice. This type of rice is genetically modified to produce beta carotene, a precursor to vitamin A. Vitamin A deficiency is a major health problem in many developing countries. So yung golden rice ang nakita nilang isa sa mga solution para makatulong makombat yung vitamin A deficiency. Next is yung non-browning apple. This apple have been engineered to resist a natural enzyme that causes browning when fruits are bruised or cut. So this product is produced to help to reduce food waste. The third one is yung insect-resistant corn. This is the most common type of GMO crops grown in the United States. Scientists introduced a gene from a bacterium which is yung Bacillus thuringiensis that produces a protein toxic to certain insects. So, this helps to protect corn crops from damage and reduces the need for insecticide. The last one is yung flavor saver. This was the first commercially available GMO food introduced in 1994. Scientists introduced a gene that slowed down the production of ethylene gas, a natural ripening agent. This gave flavor saver tomatoes a longer shelf life, allowing them to stay fresh in store for weeks. However, consumers were not enthusiastic about the taste. So after a few years, tinanggal siya sa market. So before we proceed to our discussion, let's have a short activity. Our activity is titled Thumbs Up or Thumbs Down. Take a look at the images. Silently consider which images represent potential benefits of GMOs and which one represent potential drawbacks. Make a thumbs up if the image represents a benefit and makes a thumbs down if it represents a drawback. After choosing what images represent benefits and drawbacks, here's a question for you. Why do you think the images you choose represent a benefit or drawbacks? Now, let's proceed to our discussion. Genetically modified organisms or GMO have become a hot topic in recent years. While there is ongoing debate about their safety, there are undeniable advantages to this technology, particularly in agriculture. So, we will explore how GMOs can benefit farmers, consumers, and the environment. So, here are some of the advantages of GMOs. First is it increased food production. GMO crops can be engineered to resist pests, diseases, and harsh environments. This leads to higher yields and reduces crop failures. By increasing food production, GMO can help ensure everyone has access to enough nutritious food. This is crucial for feeding a growing population and reducing hunger worldwide. Farmers benefits too, with larger harvests leading to greater income and food security for their communities. It is it also improves nutrition. Scientists can modify crops to be more nutritious. Technology allows scientists to create crops with specific nutritional benefits. This can address deficiencies in certain populations and improve overall public health. Tulad ng example ko kanina, which is yung golden rice. Golden rice can help combat vitamin A deficiency, a major health concern in some part of the countries. It also reduces the pesticide use. Herbicide tolerant crops allow farmers to control weeds without harming the crop itself. This can decrease reliance on pesticides. Pesticides can be harmful to human health and environment. GMOs that resist pests naturally can significantly reduce our reliance on chemical sprays. This protects farmers and consumers from exposure to harmful chemicals and safeguard the health of ecosystems where crops are grown. It also enhances the food quality. Some GMO have been engineered for traits like delayed ripening or resistance to browning. GMO can help improve the overall quality of food. This can involve creating crops that are more resistant to damage during transport and storage, or that have a longer shelf life. This not only benefit consumers by providing pressure produce for a longer time but also reduces food waste. Tulad din ng example ko kanina which is yung tomato and apple. It also gives benefits in medical application. GMOs are used to produce important drugs like insulin in a more efficient and affordable way. Insulin is a life-saving medication for millions of people with diabetes. Traditionally, insulin was extracted from animals, which is a very slow and expensive process. Kaya limited yung availability niya. However, with the advent of GMO technology, scientists can now produce human insulin in genetically modified bacteria. A new method revolutionized insulin production, making it faster, cheaper, and ensuring a reliable supply to improve diabetic patients' lives. So, genetically modified organisms or GMOs have become a widely used tools in agriculture. While they offer potential benefits like increased yields and pest resistance, there are also some potential drawbacks to consider. We will also explore some of the concerns or disadvantages surrounding GMOs, including potential health risks, environmental impacts, ethical considerations, and economic factors. So, one of the main concerns surrounding GMO is the potential for unknown health risks. While years of research have not found any conclusive evidence of harm, some people are concerned about the long term effect of consuming genetically modified foods. They argue that more research is needed to definitively rule out any potential health risk, particularly regarding the impact of consuming GMOs over a long period. The environmental impact of GMO is another area of concern. Herbicide resistant GMO crops raise the possibility of these genes transferred to wild plants, creating what they call super weeds that are resistant to herbicide and more difficult to control. Additionally, some GMO crops are genetically modified to produce their own insecticides. While this can reduce our reliance sa paggamit ng mga chemical pesticides, it could also harm beneficial insect populations, tulad ng butterflies and bees, which are crucial for pollination. Also, the modification of living organism raises ethical concern for some people. They question the idea of tampering with nature and the potential long-term consequences of doing so. Additionally, there is a concern that unforeseen consequences could arise from introducing new genes into organisms. For example, merong gene na intended para ma-improve yung certain trait, but it could have a unintended side effect that are not fully understood. The economic implication of GMOs are also a concern. Large corporation holds patents in many GMO seeds, giving them significant control over the food supply. This raises concern about corporate influence on agriculture. Additionally, if may mga farmers na gustong magtanim ng mga GMO crops, required pa silang bilhin yung mga seeds na kailangan nila yearly sa mga big corporation, which can increase their cost compared to saving seeds from their previous harvest. The widespread use of GMO can lead to a decrease or loss of genetic diversity. This happens when farmers rely heavily on just a few varieties of GMO crops. Dahil nga di na masyadong nagagamit yung mga traditional crops, tumataas na din yung risk na yung mga unique genetic traits nung mga plants na yon is mawala na. Imagine if farmers only planted one type of corn seed. All the corn would be genetically similar. Kung sakaling may dumating or biglang mag-appear na bagong disease na hindi resistant yung corn variety, the entire crop could be wiped. So, in conclusion, GMOs are a double edged sword. They offer exciting possibilities like more food, better crops, and new medicines. But there are also uncertainties about health effects, environmental impacts, and corporate control. More research and open discussions are needed to ensure GMOs are used safely and ethically. So that's all for my discussion. Thank you for your attention. See you. Bye bye.